Thank you for joining us. We're back in the studio. Greg Wilson here with CSBJ Radio. Again, you can find us online at www.connectionssbj.com. Again, that is www.connectionssbj.com. I wanted to, of course, invite you to an event. I'm pulling this up right now. On Tuesdays, we have in Columbus, Georgia, for those of you that visit us and follow us online, then you know definitely we do this. This is called Power Hour. And so I wanted to invite those of you that are in our listening audience to come network with us. Let's learn what it takes to sustain our business. Our next event is going to be November the 24th. November the 24th in Columbus, Georgia. And we have this event at Iron Bank Coffee. Iron Bank Coffee in Columbus, Georgia. That address for Iron Bank Coffee, if you are in the area, is number 6. Again, that's number 6 West 11th Street. Again, that's number 6 West 11th Street. Iron Bank Coffee Company, Columbus, Georgia. Great coffee, even greater lunch. Oh my God, the food there is just absolutely the bomb, if you will. It is very good. And so I want to invite you out. I want to invite you to sit down with me and other small business owners, and let's learn what it takes to stay in business. It's one thing to open up a business, but it's something completely different to stay in business. And we definitely don't want to be a business or a small business statistic and end up or find ourselves, out of business. And we want to avoid that. In addition to that, even sooner, as a matter of fact, I'm pulling up that email now. I apologize for not having it here directly, but I wanted just to point something out to you. I wanted to give you an invitation as well. I was invited, and this invitation, it's just amazing how it happened. Again, I just mentioned Power Hour. We stream Power Hour online, so maybe you're not able to physically sit in Iron Bank Coffee, but I definitely stream this event live across the internet. And I met a young lady. I met a young lady. I believe she is in Dallas, Georgia. Amanda, if you're listening to this podcast, number one, thank you for reaching out to us. And I'm going to be speaking at her event this week. This week, she has an event that she has sent me an agenda to. I received an invitation. It's a community meeting movement event in Dallas, Georgia. And that's going to be on November the 20th. And I'll be there in Dallas, Georgia, speaking at this event from 9 a.m. to 10:30. Her address for this event is 300 Parkway or West Parkway Suite 311, Dallas, Georgia. And again, Amanda, I really appreciate the meeting. Would be on the 3rd floor of the building. If you're interested in going, definitely connect with this young lady online. Amanda Cornwell is her name. So we're excited about that, and we'll be speaking at that event. So earlier before the break, we were discussing, what it takes to make it rain referrals. And while I am definitely pushing that, I'm promoting that, we need to understand that there is an absolute difference. A referral is not necessarily the same as word of mouth. They're completely different. And maybe we'll save that information for another podcast. The difference between word of mouth advertising and referrals. But you need, as a small business owner, we must have a referral system in place, an actual system. Systems have moving components. Systems have moving parts. All right, so there needs to be moving parts to your referral system. All right, if you want to make it rain referrals, then there needs to be something in place that you're utilizing. And I think that one of the greatest ways that we can actually obtain referrals is to ask. How many of us actually go out our way to either ask our customers, to refer people to us? And no, they don't necessarily. The customers don't necessarily have to have or have to get something in return for doing it. But let's at least ask our customers, our clients, those that we know, hey, can you or do you mind referring people to me? Do that, and let's definitely see how it works. But there needs to be a systematic approach to you obtaining referrals. It's very easy, and some of us get so complacent with being in business. Being in business requires work. I have worked harder as a small business owner. I've worked harder as an entrepreneur than I ever did on any 9-to-5 job. All right, I don't care what I was doing when I was a retail sales manager for what's now AT&T. When I was working jobs for Alabama Power, when I was a manager managing individuals at these particular locations that I just referenced, I actually work harder now. Why? Because those individuals that I need to sustain my business, i.e. customers, I can't just sit down on my laurels and expect them to show up. I can't just expect, hey, now that I have a beautiful website and we have a beautiful publication, that I just relax now and wait on my phone to call or my phone to ring or wait on a knock at the door. No, that's not how it works. So we have to have systems in place. And one thing that I want to encourage you to do, I want to encourage you to generate a system. Utilize certain tools that are out there. MailChimp, for example. Constant Contact is another example where you can actually get people's email addresses and email them. Hey, send people my way, refer people to me. If you were satisfied with the product that you purchased from us, if you're happy with business, if you're happy with the way things are going right now, hey, send more people our way. And it's just absolutely amazing, even how I'm having to do that, even with this networking that I'm doing. Just because I have a paper, just because we have a paper there, Connection Small Business Journal. Please let it be known that no, I need referrals. And speaking of referrals, hey, if you are listening to this podcast, share it. Share it. If you are receiving a benefit out of it, share it. Share it with people and refer people, if you will, even to Greg Wilson with Connection Small Business Journal. But we must have a referral system in place, and let's definitely go out our way of asking those individuals who have already done business with us. Again, it's very powerful. It's very powerful to have someone who essentially at that point would be a third party that has done business with you, to do that referral. It makes your job easier. When a client comes to you and that client has already been referred to you, the job of closing that particular customer, the job of closing that deal is a heck of a lot easier. Why? Because the third party that we just mentioned, they have done the work for you. They talked about how good of a service you provided. They talked about how happy they were, and they referred an individual to you. So all you have to do is come in and close out the potential sale. All right. But making a referral starts even with your attitude. Ask for the sale. And the sale in this case is the referral. I'm just going to revert back to my years as a store manager for what is now AT&T, and that's one thing that I harped on for years, and that was asking for the sale. Now we can ask certain open-ended questions, or we try to stay away from those closed-ended questions. We can develop all the rapport with the customer that we wanted to, but at the end of the day, at the end of that climax, if you will, you had to ask for the sale. All right, and I would just try to drill that. There was always this awkward silence that took place. Once my retail sales consultants would do a great job of explaining the product. They would do a great job of gaining the rapport or developing a rapport with customers. They would do a great job of showing and detailing out the accessory to go along with that particular mobile device. And then there was this awkward silence. The customer was looking at them, and they were looking at the customer, and there was complete silence. Ask for the sale. Let's ask for the sale. And the same thing, the same concept, if you will, comes into play when you ask people for referrals. Okay? Ask for the referral. How do we go about asking for the referral? All right. 90% of all referral type questions are asked, and almost the answers are given. They're quite honestly, they're a little bit uncomfortable with those. The same concept, if you will, of, hey, do you mind referring someone to me? Well, whether they want to or not, 9 times out of 10, they'll say yes. But I think that we need to dig a little bit deeper, in asking for that referral, or to ask someone to refer people to us. All right. Now, there are 2 sources for referrals. One being your current customer list or your current customer database. And if you don't have a customer database, we're late. We're behind the 8 ball, and we truly need to get on the 8 ball, on the right track, and obtaining or developing a current customer database. Do you know how many people come into your retail establishment? We need to know that. We need to know that. All right. So there are 2 sources for referrals. One being your current customers, and the other, what I would label as influential people. All right. There should be an active referral system for both types of these individuals. All right. So the current customers, those that have done business with you, there should be a referral system for them. And influential people, there should be a referral system for them as well. And here it is again, Amanda Cronwell. I'm driving literally from Birmingham, Alabama to Dallas, Georgia. I'm going to drive 2 hours to meet with this young lady, speak at her event. Why? Because she's influential, and I hope, if you will, that I am viewed as influential. But what that does too is that builds a particular synergy. So not only can I now refer people to her, she in turn can refer people to me. All right. So that those individuals need to be identified, and we need to capitalize on both of those, our current customer base and also influential people. The customers, I tell you, they're going to be probably the most enthusiastic those enthusiastic referrers out there. Why? Because they have actually experienced your product. Again, they've walked away from the table happy with you, happy with your service, happy with your product. All right. So before we run out of time today, again, let's make it rain referrals. And we've discussed just a few things of how to go about making it rain. And I want to encourage you, follow us online at www.connectionssbj. I gave you an invitation today. If you're going to be in Columbus, Georgia, November the 24th, we're going to be Iron Bank Coffee, downtown Columbus, Georgia, for CSBJ Power Hour. If you're in Dallas, Georgia, I'm coming to you this week. We're going to be speaking at an event for Amanda Cronwell, and that event is going to be November the 20th from 9:30 in the morning to 10:30, November the 20th, and I will post on our page the details of that event. All right, Dallas, Georgia, we're coming to you, and we'll see you soon. Columbus, Georgia, we'll see you on next week. Always be connected to people, resources, and information with Greg Wilson and Connection Small Business Journal at www.connectionssbj.com. And if you want to give me a call me directly, area code 706-289-7863.
Welcome to CSBJ Radio. CSBJ